Good evening, everyone. This video I'm going to spend introducing the people that aren't familiar with the books that I've written. Those books that are available, they're all available either through PDF. You can email me and I'll send you a PDF format, or if you really want the actual book itself with the covers and everything, you can go to lulu.com and get and order these books. The first book that I did is a revision of original book when the case was going on between Phillips versus the state of Missouri. And this book is the story of the account of the case. Getting a little glare on that. Of my termination from the state of Missouri because I refused to place foster children with homosexual foster parents, and I refused to license homosexuals as foster parents. And there was a 5-year battle, and I don't know how I'm going to get rid of that glare, but there, that's a little better. I guess it's just the camera. But anyway, this is also 20 years after the case I wrote this book, which goes into the development of how God used to show me the doctrines of election and predestination. This book is available on lulu.com, or you can get a PDF copy by sending me an email free of charge. The next book is called The Lies of Free Will. Do you control your own destiny? This book also is available on Lulu. You can see Lulu there. Lulu.com. Just go to lulu.com and type in The Lies of Free Will by Larry Phillips, and you can get a copy of this book. This goes through the origin of the lie of free will, Pelagius and his teachings, James Jacob Arminius, the whole issue of whether a man has a free will or not. In the Council of Trent, the Catholic Church says that if any man says you don't have a free will, let him be anathema or cursed. So that ought to tell you right there that it's a lie. The next book is probably one of the most read books that I've written, and that is the Poems for Edification, volumes 1 through 5. Now it says 1 through 4, but I've added another volume. There's many poems that I would be woke up in the middle of the night, and God would give me a poem, and I would write it down, and I have included all of those poems in this book, Poems for Edification. This is also available on lulu.com. I wrote this book back a number of years ago. I think it was actually in 2009. So that's been a number of years. I wrote this book, Biblical Christianity. And this is merely a concise treatise of what is biblical Christianity. There's a lot of things written about false doctrines and false churches, but this talks about the real deal. Also points out the false churches as well. This is a real quick read. You can probably read this in 45 minutes to an hour. And you can also get this through lulu.com. The final book, and the most unpopular and the thickest book, 350 some pages, is a book called God Does Not Love Everyone, but He Does Love His Elect from Everlasting to Everlasting. This is something that Christ taught. Christ taught, my sheep hear my voice and they follow me. Christ taught that He told the Pharisees, you of your father the devil, and the works of your father you will do. Christ said that, have I not chosen one of you, and one of you is a devil, speaking of Judas. Paul taught the doctrine that this book points out. What I did is I went through the Old Testament and I pulled out all the scriptures that I was aware of that taught that there are two kinds of people on the face of the earth, those who are elect of God and those who are reprobate. Referring to the 9th chapter of Romans. There are vessels of wrath fitted for destruction, and there's vessels of honor prepared unto glory. So that gives you an overview of the books that I've written. If you have any interest in these books, I'll be happy to see that you get PDF copies of them. And like I said, any of those books you want to get in your hand, you can go to lulu.com and order them. That's all I have for now. God bless.